Well done, Matt. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is another YouTube video, so that can only mean one thing, that I'm racing. This weekend I'll be racing the Trafford 10k in Manchester. So Saturday now, the 2nd of March. I'm just leaving home now and I'm heading to pick up two of my mates who are also racing the 10k tomorrow. John Butler, who's going to try and break 30, and Joe Thomas, who will be relatively around the same time as me. Hopefully he gets under 33, that'll be brilliant for him. And then myself, hopefully I get a PB, so anything under 32.45 will be key, and I'll be leaving happy and satisfied. What do I reckon I'm capable of? I think I am capable of a low 32, but is tomorrow the day? Probably not. Hopefully once I get a few under my belt for the start of this year, then maybe we can get close to that 32. But for me, I'd just be really pleased to get away with 32.30 something. So as long as it's under 32.40, happy days. If I see 32.20 something, even if it's 32.29, I'll be over the moon chuffed. And then obviously if I have a hell of a run and I run quicker than that, then even better. So that's my target. So I think that's like 3:15, 3:16 pace per k. Going through 5k in, I think that's 16:15 pace. So that's a simple 16:15 pace. So back to back. I think I can do that. So who knows? I'm gonna see how I feel the first mile, and then get onto the pain train, and then hopefully come away with a big PB. So yeah, so we got a 3-hour 30 drive now. Then we're gonna have the evening to rest, chill out, and then it'll be a 6 a.m. start, up early. I've restricted myself from caffeine, so I haven't had any coffee for about 9 days. So tomorrow morning when I get up about 6 a.m. I'm gonna have a nice black coffee, and then hopefully I get more benefits of the caffeine rush while I'm racing. So the last 3 days as well, I've been taking lots of carbohydrates. So I've been carb loading, so hopefully we'll see some benefits from doing that, and then hopefully that will help to come away with a big PB. Training is been pretty well. Been training with my coach James T and the group up in Cardiff on the track. So I've been running some good times, strong times. Hopefully I'll get some footage as well. If not, then it'd be pretty much just me talking in a car. But yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to get some footage off a live stream, and maybe some photographers, and even some photos of the other boys as well, getting it done. I'll put up what I'm going to eat tonight. So today I've had porridge and pasta, so just normal race food really, basic foods, and then I've got some pasta with me, which I'll have for tonight if there's no options for food down there. I'm sure there will be, but I brought that because fail to prepare, prepare to fail. The conditions for tomorrow, it feels like 3, had no wind. I think wind's like 5 or 6, so that's pretty good, and no rain. So it's just going to be cold, but when you're racing, that's perfect conditions, lovely conditions, as some of the boys would say. So my race tactics for tomorrow, just from experience, like a lot of people tell me, come on, you gotta get stuck in, you gotta go off with them. But for this 10k, I know just that first mile, I've just gotta get into the race, you know, and then go, right, come on now, let's get working, get the momentum of picking these guys off, and then hopefully have a really strong last 5k as well. So that'll be my race tactics. Just get into the first mile of the race, and then see where I'm at. Who knows, that first mile might be relatively quick or spot on pace, but I prefer to be a few seconds slower and then be able to turn up, you know, adapt to the pace and then start picking off some people, because just naturally passing people, getting the momentum of people, it's going to feel a lot better rather than, you know, 50 guys passing you, you know, when you're only 3 kilometers in. So that'll be the plan. And then confident I'm going to run 30, 32, 30 round about that time. That's about it. So we pick up the number there before the start. I prefer getting the number like posted to you, because like you right, I haven't got to mess around, you know, queuing or finding that where the numbers are. You can just go, I'm, you know, 9 o'clock start, I'll be there 10 to 9 ready to rock and roll. So hopefully it's not too much of a queue or a hassle getting your number. Well, it'd be funny if they have sent it and I've got it wrong, but no. But just arriving to the nightclub, the Sunday club. Tidy. What's our view like, boys? Ah, beautiful. And yeah, is that free? Spoiling us. Got all the coffees, all the teas, any biscuits? Can always rate a good hotel if they have biscuits. No, no biscuits. Good TV. Nice. Nice bathroom. Results on Wednesday were fantastic results in the chance.
And Grant Holloway looking as impressive as ever. Are you about a little kind of gold stuff?
The day before the 60s, and I was like,
What's going on, guys? So 9:30, just finished watching the athletics. Got my instant coffee ready for tomorrow morning. I haven't had coffee in 9 days, so hopefully I get some benefits from that. My warm-up shoes will be the Fly 4s. I've had them for quite a while, brand new in the box, so been using that lately. So nice warm-up shoe. And then the Alpha Fly's favourite race shoes, so hopefully run another PB in these bad boys. So just prepping now, getting my kit out ready, and then hopefully be sleeping before, well, that would be sleeping before 10 PM, but hopefully I get an early night, and then I'll be up fresh about just before 6 AM to get some fuel on for the morning. Okay, just about to get ready for bed. Got the Roxy bag ready to go for tomorrow. Got the mighty Swansea vest representing all the way down in Manchester. Tracksuit bottoms, some warm clothes, hat, socks, spare socks, some roll. Gotta wear the Aero Nike shorts. And then high estate, just in case it gets a little bit wet, even though it's meant to be no rain tomorrow. Alpha Flies. Banana, if I'm extra hungry. That's going to be my main fuel for tomorrow. Coffee filled up with water. Gonna have the protein bar after. As soon as I get up, I'm gonna have some water with one of these, and then I'm gonna dig into some M&Ms on the way home, man. And then yeah, that's about it. That is about it. Station all ready to go for tomorrow. Let's go. So breakfast time, forgot to bring a container, so just transferred the porridge, instant porridge, from a mug, let's do that way, a mug to a glass. So cheers, instant porridge, a bit watery, but it's quite nice actually. That's a protein, no, that's a PB drink. This is how you PB, folks. It's a cold one. Okay guys, I'm going to talk you through the Trafford 10k race. So, did a good warm up, 2 miles, and absolutely stacked field. It took me 7 seconds to get over the start line. That's how far back I was. As you can imagine, there's so many people looking to break 30 minutes. Went off, and about 400 meters in, I had a little look at my watch, and I could see I was running 3 minute per k pace, and I was way too fast. That was way too fast than I needed to be running, so I completely put the brakes on. So many people come flying past me. Even my training partner was like, he come past me and he was looking a bit concerned, but I was like, I'm staying relaxed. And then not too long after, I was like getting into my rhythm, and I was like, okay, let's get to work. I knew Philly Bowden was looking to run at the same time as me, 32:30, and I could see her in my sight. She was in like there was a big group, and then she was in front. So I said, come on Matt, she's the target, get around the group. And then I stuck behind her. I was working with her a little bit up until 2k, 3k, and then the race kind of started to slow down. I started to feel really comfortable, and I was like, just hit that 3:16 per k pace. I didn't want to, most of my 10Ks, I normally see a 3:24 at least 2 times, and I was like, today that is not happening. So I was like, don't worry about the other Ks to come, just focus on what we've got to deal with right now, and that's the K we were on. So I was like, long as I can hit 3:16 in this K, that's all that matters. The next K, I'll worry about that when I get to that K. So yeah, so started pushing. This guy with an Iron Man tattoo, he pushed the pace, and I was like, right, I'm gonna go with him. It was a slight incline going over like over bridges where the train or something must go under, or a river. So I was pushing the pace, hitting my target, and then on the 4th K, I was finding it quite tough. 5th K, I was a bit like, okay, yeah, working hard. And when I got to 5k, I had 2 seconds to spare. So I went through 5k in 16 minutes and 13 seconds. So to reach my target, I had to do 16:15 back to back. So I had 2 seconds to spare. And I was like, okay, we got 2 seconds to spare. Then the next K, I gained myself 10 seconds. So I was like, okay, we got 12 seconds to spare. And the next K, I did another, I had another 10 seconds to spare, and my mind was just blown because I started to feel really comfortable. I was passing so many runners. I just kicked on from the group I was with, and all of a sudden I was like, I'm 23 seconds ahead of my target. So I just said to myself, forget calculating what you're going to run. I said, you've given yourself a huge lead above my target. Don't slow now. Come on, every K now, work hard. And I had a little look at my watch, and it said the pace I was going at that moment was like 3:03 pace, which is flying, like that's quicker than my 5k pace. And I was just like, keep going. And I was passing so many runners, each K. And I was like, don't worry about the next K. Just focus on the K you're on, and then we'll worry about the next K when we get to that K. And I found that worked for me, and I'm definitely going to use that strategy again in the next race, because I think it's just good just to not get overwhelmed that you've got to keep this fast pace for such a long time, where if you just focus on your next step, it's a lot easier to control. So I was pushing. flying past other runners, absolutely flying past them. So I had the momentum, I was feeling great. And you know, I think most people in in the last 3-4k of a 10k, they're in the pain train, they're suffering. Yeah, I was flying past and feeling pretty good. And then about less than a mile to go, I seen this one girl and a boy. You could kind of see they, we're coming near to the end of the race now, so they kicked. So it was kind of, those two kind of slowed my momentum down from passing people, but I was still passing other athletes, but those two were the only ones who kind of stopped me from passing them, because they were also kicking for a good sprint finish. And then there's like a slight little hill just as we go into the last K, and that's when I got past the boy and girl. And I was about 800 to go. I was like, Matt, just don't mess this up. I said, you're in for a huge PB. I didn't have a clue what the PB was, but I knew I was in for a huge PB, and I said, just keep on doing what you're doing. Just keep pushing hard. And I was flying past everyone. Head was up in the air, giving it my all. And then it was weird. I only seen the time clock like 20 meters, not even that, from the finish line. And then running, and I have to put the photo up, and like I see the clock, and it said like 31:57 or something. And my eyes lit up like, oh my God, I'm gonna run. I can't believe this is gonna be the time I'm gonna run. So I quickly accelerated and dipped. And the gun time they gave me 31:59, and then chip time I got 31:52. So a huge PB, about 53 second PB. Absolutely landed. I really didn't think today would be the day I'd break the 32-minute barrier, as I said earlier on my way down to Trafford. But yeah, absolutely buzzing about it. So all my hard work leading up to this race has paid off. I put my splits up here so you guys can view my splits. So the first 5k I went in 16:13, and my last 5k I went through in 15:38, which is only 8 seconds off my 5k PB. So that's promising for my next race in Leicester for podium 5k. So hopefully, it's been about 3 years since I've run a 5k PB. So after only being 10 seconds off my PB in a 10k race, I'm pretty confident that PB is going to get broken. So yeah, super pleased with my performance. My preparation, my training, my nutrition was all on point. And so considering we all ran PBs, we were all happy as Larry driving home, 3.5 hour drive home. But yeah, absolutely chuffed, and we'll definitely be there to race it again. The next race up for me now is podium 5k in Leicester in less than 2 weeks time. So so look out for another race video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.